Here with Aurora's Johnny Trivisonno and Goedert after their 42-41 win over Kent Roosevelt. Guys, congrats on the big win. That first half, they were up on you guys. They had a 5-point lead at the half. What was the talk with from Coach Calhoun going into the third quarter?
Yeah, I mean, first half, we just got out-hustled, outplayed. Going in the locker room, really just talked about how we prepared for the game, guarding different guys, and just bringing up the energy in the second half, picking up on defense, and really just getting at it and just getting some points back, one possession at a time, just getting that lead back in the second half.
Yeah, we talked about defensive rebounding. We also talked about making our shots on the offensive end because a lot of them weren't falling. But overall, it was just what Johnny had said.
All right, so you guys came back and tied it up in that third quarter going into the fourth. What was the big difference in that third for you guys to turn it around there?
Third quarter, we just picked up the defense, honestly. We're on the rebounds, too, and just slowing down the offense, running through our plays, just executing everything.
I also think we had a lot more energy on the defensive end. The whole bench was into it. I think the energy really carried us through.
Nikki, you had, out of your 14 points, you had 12 in that second half. You seemed to be a lot more aggressive inside in that second half. Was that the game plan for you going in?
I think that was one of the game plans, and I think in the first half, I just wasn't getting open looks down low, but thanks to the guards, they were able to find me on the pick and rolls and get me wide open down low in the second half.
Then Johnny, you had 10, none bigger than that last layup there. Just take us through that final play there.
Final play, we actually drew it up to Guy because we could slip on a lot of screens if they were trying to help on the ball screens. And I just saw I had a defender I could get by, so I just took a straight baseline, doing what I'm best at, attacking the hoop, and just finished at the rim.
All right, guys, appreciate it. Here with Aurora coach Cody Calhoun after their big 42-41 win here against Kent Roosevelt. Coach, congrats on the win. That first half, they were up on you 6 after 1, 5 going into halftime. Talk to the boys about the talk at the half and the strategy going into that second half.
Yeah, we felt like we were close, but we were half step away on a lot of things. We were half step away defensively, offensively. We didn't execute quite as well as we had hoped, and part of that had to do them defensively. They did some stuff offensively. They were good attacking the rim, getting the ball inside, finishing. Hit a couple threes early on. We just kind of had to just stay the course. We talked yesterday before practice. Today makes it 4 of the last 5 times that we played. The Aurora Kent game has come down, to final possessions. We've had games where we've won by 3. They beat us in double overtime. And then today. So there's been a lot of times that it's a close game. So you just got to kind of ride the storm a little bit, not get too high, not get too low.
All right, that third quarter, what were you guys able to do to get it tied back up and come back there?
A big part of it, we got some stops defensively. We held them to 1 shot, got some rebounds. I think we forced a little bit. We were able to contest a little bit better, even when they were able to get the ball inside. We did a little better job contesting. And then offensively, that opened us a little bit in transition. And then we were able to get the ball inside to one of our big guys, Goedert. He had a really good third quarter. And kind of, got his will inside. Was able to do some different stuff for us.
The fourth quarter was close back through 4th lead changes. You guys came up with the big layup by Johnny there, and then a big turnover late. Just talk about that down the stretch there and finishing it off.
Yeah, this is our 5th game this year, and pretty much almost all of them have been this back and forth game where. So our guys have kind of been through it, and I thought we made a lot of. We talked about some of the winning plays, the little stuff down the stretch that we need to do to win. We got a couple of loose balls. We executed, get a turnover when they're trying to run something. 6 seconds to go or whatever it was. Just kind of going from there.
All right, so 5 games in now. What have you liked so far, and what do you want to see improvements on moving forward?
I think one of the things I like a lot about this team is just our cohesiveness, our chemistry. Our guys they get along really well. Even when we're not playing good and we walk in the locker room, we hear guys talking, and they say the right stuff a lot of times, and they understand, and they're super coachable. We got to keep getting a little bit more consistent with stuff. But just every day trying to get better, get in the gym, and every game have it look a little better.
All right, Coach, appreciate the time. Congrats on the win.
Appreciate it.